Hello guys and welcome to a very important video. Today we will be discussing the so-called ping abusing on Showdown. I know that some of you may think it doesn't exist, but I'm very sad to inform you that it's very real. All the information provided here will be in the video description, accessible to everyone. Now it's quite easy for someone with a bit of netcode and network knowledge to understand everything I'm saying, but if you get lost, pause the video, listen again and do a Google research. Without further ado, let's start the video. In any online game that works with the server-side hit registration, the hit registration system works like this. When an input is provided in the game, like crouching, moving, throwing consumables and shooting, that input is registered on your game on local client. The same input is sent to the server with the same action you performed, and the speed of this input is dictated by your ping. So the server gets your input, processes it, and sends it back to the game clients. I say clients because the server has to send back the info to all the other clients present in the session. And the speed at which they receive the action performed depends on which latency they have. This here described is called ghosting effect. When you perform an action, your character in the match will lag by almost half of your ping value and half of all the other players' pings. So imagine calculating half of your ping plus half of your opponent's ping just to imagine what the enemy sees on the screen. So imagine having high ping. Fighting someone with higher ping will lead to your death if the person with the highest ping shoots half a second before you. So this is how server-side hit registration works in the basics. Every game though has a different netcode, a different threshold to register and send back these signals. Also, some games, like Showdown, have a hit validation system. Since we're talking about Hunt, that's what we're gonna focus on. So let's go to the Crytek website and let's read together how the hit registration works in Showdown. This is not a fan-made article, this is in the Showdown website. So this part is very important. Well, the problem is that when you're aiming your gun at a hunter, they are technically not actually there. You're seeing where that hunter was 40 milliseconds ago, assuming they have 40 ping, let's say, in relation to the server. For a person playing that other hunter, since his client is allowing him to predictably move ahead of the server too, the hunter may be farther away from the spot where you are aiming. So, you are looking at the enemy in your screen, but the enemy is not there at all. Sounds familiar? Crytek goes, if we hadn't done anything about this, they're talking about the hit validation system that Showdown has, then it will be very hard to hit moving targets because it will have to account not only for the bullet travel time, but also for the lag between your computer and the server. And since bullet travels quite fast, a difference of millisecond will be enough to throw off your aim. Yes, this is quite complicated conundrum. This is quite complicated to solve because each client has a different delay toward state, as well as different head start when it comes to the individual character. For example, on my screen I might be seeing a hunter walking straight ahead and have them in my sights, but on the server the same hunter may already be further along, and the player themselves on their screen might already have their hunter behind the wall. As you can see here, I will use one of my clips to demonstrate exactly what they are saying. I was already behind the concrete wall, but I got headshotted anyway, because for that guy with a high ping and bad server communication, I was still in the open, maybe standing still. Due to the network latency, no client will ever agree on the world state. Again, no client will ever agree on the world state, and neither will the server. This is why we have a hit validation system in place, so hit validation system. Showdown has a hit validation system. This system, which runs on the dedicated server, so not on the client, acts as a referee wherever a client shoots a target, okay? The hit validation system always has to take a side when making a decision. Our system, like those in many other games, takes the favor the shooter approach. Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, Valorant, also Tarkov have the same approach. That's why you hear about ping abuse in those games too. And then you are wondering, but why Dela Showdown is so punishing and these games can still have, less problems than Showdown with this issue. The problem with Showdown, if you wanna call it problem, for me it's a big plus to play this game, is we have no armor system. no helmets, no super ability to make the time to kill longer. In other games, you can still get shot behind cover, but you have time to get fully behind cover also for a laggy guy, because you don't die with a single bullet. So if a client claims that he has hit a shot, the hit validation system will run a number of validation strategies to confirm what the client claimed. So client is your game, what you're doing in your computer. If it's deemed legitimate, the shot will be considered a hit. So even if you have a high ping, if the shot is considered legitimate, it's still a hit. So in some ways, this means that we allow you to slightly rewrite the server's world state history if your client claims is deemed valid. Very important line, read it again. The bigger your latency to the server, the further back in time those rewrites can go. Though we do have a hard cap set at 800 milliseconds. I hope this changed, Crytek, because this article is quite old on your website, so I will say that I don't know if the threshold is changed, but 800 milliseconds is insane. So guys, this section that we just read completely debunks the lies that some people are spreading on this topic. Ping abuse is real and Crytek is well aware, and you can also read on their website why they are aware of this issue. They also explain why it's real. The unfortunate side effects, and that's an important part on Crytek's side because they are very in detail with this topic, and thank you so much Crytek for this. The unfortunate side effect of this system is that hunter that was shot might appear to already be behind cover when the server decides the shot was valid, making it seem like you were shot out of nowhere or the bullets are going through the walls. This sounds familiar too, right guys? At this point you might be thinking, this is terrible, says Crytek. But consider the alternatives, and here Crytek gives you very valid reason to why this system is great and why the alternatives will suck. Massively. So how do we fix this issue? Is the game unplayable? Hell no. If you play with people or against people from the same region in the right server, this game is amazing. You can only blame the fact that you suck. The only reasonable solution will be to remove the server choice and get automatically connected to the server in which the majority of the team members pings the least, like other games are doing, to prevent this abuse to be intentional. Don't get me wrong, with this system you will still be able to play with your friends in different regions, but to join them in their server, you need two guys from the same region inviting one guy that does not belong there. This will prevent baboons from the wrong region to go in ping abuse on purpose.
Padella, my favorite streamer told me it changes nothing. Ping abuse is now real.
Of course he told you that, because he's probably not good enough to play the game without this advantage, and this behavior needs a justification, so they lie to you to appear better than they are. No one likes to be called out for being bad at something, but when you publicly lie, expect some people to call you out for being a lying. You can go around asking people to show their ping and show the warning icons that are popping out all over the screen because they're ping abusing, but usually they will ban you immediately and kick you out of the stream, because you're calling their lies out. With this video, I don't want anyone to go and insult ping abusers. This video, I want Crytek to finally address the issue publicly and tell their partners not to lie about this when they are promoting the game. Lies can only damage the image of the game. In the long run, people will notice that it's a lie and they will call out streamers, devs, and leave the game. It literally takes a Google search to debunk this simple lie from the official Showdown website. So how long do you think it will take to debunk any other lie? That's the beauty of the internet. Internet never forgives and never forgets. I hope the video was useful guys, and don't forget that for as much as this game can trigger you, we are all here to have fun, in fairness, joy and respect for each other, except for the lying. I'll see you guys in the next video.